Hi, so today we are going to be talking about another way to keep yourself healthy other than wearing a mask, and that is to have clean hands. So there's two ways that we're going to do this at school. One is obviously to use hand sanitizer. The other way would be to wash your hands. Are using hand sanitizer and washing your hands the exact same? No, not really. Hand sanitizer is better than nothing. Like if you're in the classroom and we don't have sinks in the classroom, or if you just went to the grocery store and you're getting in your car and you want to make sure your hands are clean because you touched things at the grocery store, hand sanitizer is your best bet because we don't have sinks available inside the classroom or inside your car. So a nice squirt of hand sanitizer, one little squirt. Now this is foam. So that's about how much you would need. And make sure that you're rubbing it on the insides and the backs and the in-betweens to get all those germs off. If you are using a hand sanitizer like this, I have seen kids pump, 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 because, the more you use, the better, right? No, too much is going to make it so that you can't even rub it all in, and you're like trying to rub it in so nobody notices you have too much, and then you're doing it up your arms and you're literally taking a hand sanitizer bath, which is not necessary. So even though, I have big adult hands, bigger than yours, and little tiny squirt like the size of a pea is all I need to clean my entire hands, fronts, backs, in betweens. So that is a good way to somewhat clean your hands, but it is not going to clean them all the way because it's not washing anything off of your hands. It's, like I said, better than nothing if there's no water and soap available, but we need to actually wash our hands with soap and water. So today that's what we are going to do. We're going to, I'm going to show you how I want you to wash your hands, and then you're going to practice that. But first of all, why bother to wash your hands? So I'm going to have you watch a little video that shows you that if you have dirty hands or contaminated germy hands and you start touching things, how quickly those germs spread.
Have you coughed?
A lesson in disease prevention from the experts. These 4-year-olds have learned about germs.
If you sneeze, you need to cover your mouth up. Like this.
And how they spread.
You cannot kiss our bread.
Now they're going to see those germs in action.
We're going to see how germs spread from just two friends.
Friends Juliana and Amari start the demonstration.
Rub it all in. And on the back of your hand.
They're rubbing on Glow Germ, a harmless lotion visible only under a black light.
On my hands and on my fingers.
The goal in 30 minutes to see how far the germs travel and how fast when kids do what kids do.
I'm going to be the mom.
As Juliana and Amari play,
Is it okay if I have some coffee? Sure.
the glow germ starts spreading from toy to kid and from kid to kid. Under a black light, you can see the glow germ on knobs, on the back of a chair, the train set, and utensils. The glow germ even showed up on many of the children,
You have lotion too?
on their arms and faces.
You have some right here.
And there were traces of the glow germ even after they washed their hands.
That's why we wash our hands all the time.
Good advice, because real germs aren't this much fun.
So think about all the things that you touch throughout the day. If your hands, even if you just cleaned them, then you start touching the table and then oh, my shoe's untied. So I tie my shoe and I just touched my shoe, which has been on the floor. And then my face itches, so I touch my face, and then I give somebody a hug, and eventually you start touching all these different surfaces. So if your hands are dirty or contaminated, then you're just spreading that everywhere. Now, does this mean you need to use hand sanitizer probably like every 10 seconds throughout the day? Absolutely not. If you're just sitting at your desk and your hands were clean to start with, and you're touching yourself, like it's you. There's not really much you can do there. But if you've been outside, if you have touched the floor, if you blow your nose, anything where you don't have a sink available and you feel like your hands just got dirty, you should use hand sanitizer to clean them. Now, let's say that you just went to the bathroom or you're getting ready to eat lunch or something where you need more than hand sanitizer. time to wash your hands. So let's talk about the steps of hand washing. When you wash your hands, first step should be you turn the water on. At Haley, it's just like motion sensors, so you just kind of zip and then get them wet. But if obviously you have to turn the knobs, get your hands wet. Then you get your soap. Only need 1 pump of soap, unless for some reason like you do your pump and nothing comes out, but you only need 1 squirt of soap. So do your 1 squirt, and then once you have it on your hands, if your hands are wet and you have soap, you can get a nice lather. So lather means you start going around and you start seeing soap bubbles on your hands. Now, if you have so much bubbles on your hands that it's like you can blow them or play with them, you use too much soap. Just a little bit. Once you get that lather going and you can see the bubbles, now it's time to get counting. What I mean by that is we're gonna have a little routine that we're gonna practice where you are counting certain scrubs. So what I mean, I'm gonna use hand sanitizer just to show you. And actually you're gonna practice in the classroom with hand sanitizer, and then you'll do it for real when you go to the bathroom on your next bathroom break. So you get your hands wet, get your soap. Okay, now I'm gonna start my lather. Let's pretend like I have bubbles going. And then you're going to start 8 counts with your hands, but also getting the in-between. So you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the fronts of your hands and in between your fingers should be clean at the end of that 8 count. Next, we gotta get the back sides of our hands. So we do 1 hand at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch to the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I have insides clean, in-betweens clean, backs clean. The last step that you could do is fingernails, because your fingernails do get things underneath them when you go to scratch your skin. If you've been outside, you can see dirt underneath them. Sometimes you don't see the dirt, but if you clean them out, you'd see stuff come out from them. So you're gonna kind of like your monster claw, and you're gonna put it in your palm, and you're going to do a circle, and you're gonna count to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rinse. Get all that soap off, okay? So those are the 8 counts. We do 8 counts here, 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 rinse. How many 8 counts would that be then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 8 times 5, we don't really know multiplication yet. You'll get there though. If you count by 5s, 8 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That's 40 seconds of hand washing. And all the signs that are posted on Haley says make sure that you wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. So you're actually doing even better than the signs say. If you're pressed for time, you could skip the fingernails sometimes, but it is really good to get that dirt out from your fingernails. So when you rinse, all of the bubbles should be gone. I've seen kids where they just kind of zoop their hands under the water and right back out, and then they come out of the bathroom and their hands have suds all over them, bubbles, white, like foamy stuff. So get all the suds off. That doesn't mean you need to stand there for like 3 minutes, la-di-da, playing in the water. That's different. Just get those bubbles off. Once they're off, you're ready to dry. So go to the dryers, or if you're at home, use your towel or whatever. Make sure you are cleaning that towel and changing it out so that you're not contaminating your towel. But if you're using the dryers, while you're drying your hands, you might as well put some water in your hair, style your hair, put your hair under the dryer, because it's a hair dryer too, right? And then if you're cold, maybe you can stand underneath it, put your belly under it. Don't do that stuff. It's a hand dryer only. Put your hands, dry them up. They don't even have to be all the way dry. Like, we're not getting them hot, heating them up because we're chilly. We're just drying them enough that you're not dripping, and then get out, all right? So, what if there's no soap in the bathroom? The soap ran out. I'm just gonna do the same thing as Jackie just said, but no soap. Is that okay? No way, never, never. Because soap is what cleans your hands and actually washes those germs off. So I'm gonna show you a little experiment so that you can see what happens if you use soap and if you skip the soap. Okay, so this is an experiment you can try at home. If you like, you get a bowl or a plate, and you're gonna put some water in it. So this represents the water that you would be using to wash your hands, in the sink. And then we're going to use black pepper to work as, or to represent the germs. So these are like, this is the dirt or the germs that would be in the, on your hands. Okay, so what happens if my little helper, these are my daughters, what would happen if my first little helper sticks her finger in
I'm the one.
with soap? Okay, what happens if you stick your
No, I do it without.
Okay, so my first little helper is going to stick her finger into the pepper water and see what happens when she does not have soapy hands. Go ahead. Stick your finger in.
I'm scared.
I'll try it.
Is it gonna hurt you?
Okay, put your finger right up to the camera. What happened? She just got pepper all over her finger. So just dipping it in water didn't clean it off. The germs, or in this case, the pepper, went right to her finger. Go ahead and wipe your finger off. Now, my other helper is going to put soap on her finger. And let's see what happens if instead of a not soapy mixture, if you actually have soap on your hands, let's see what happens to those germs. Go and put it in. Whoa, look what just happened. The pepper went away from her finger because the soap pushed it away. The soap wants to get the germs off. So pick your finger and put it right in the camera so we can see. Look, she doesn't have any pepper. Turn it around. There's one little itty bitty speck. That's it. That's pretty good compared to the other one. So you have to have soap because it repels the germs. It makes them go away. Okay, so now we are ready to try this. We know why we have to wash our hands. We know how we need to wash our hands. So let's go do it for real in the sink. But to do this, we're going to go where no kid has gone before. Are you ready? Let's go. So we're going to wash our hands in the teacher's bathroom. We're going to turn on the water, and I'm using the hot. If you don't have hot, cold will work too. Get them wet. We're going to use one pump of soap and then start your lather. Once you see that there are bubbles, you can see bubbles, not too much though, right? Then we're going to start our count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What now? Back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fingernails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rinse. Just enough to get the soap off. Now, if you are at a sink that you have to turn on, do a flick. Grab your paper towel or your towels if you're at home. Dry your hands off, and then use your towel to turn off the sink because you touched that with dirty hands. You don't want to touch it with clean hands. Same thing with the doorknob, especially if you're in public. You want to use a paper towel to open and shut the door so that you're not getting your now clean hands dirty. Is it going? Okay. Now that you have seen me wash my hands very sneakily, it's time for you to practice. If you're at home, I want you to go to your kitchen or bathroom sink and practice doing all those 8 counts and get those hands clean. If you are at school in the classroom, we're not gonna just run all to the bathroom right now or it'll be like a train wreck. So I want you to practice with hand sanitizer. Your teacher's going to give you a pump and I want you to practice all of those steps with hand sanitizer. Now it is gonna dry up because hand sanitizer does dry quickly, probably before you get to the last step. still try it. You can even try it as a class with nothing on your hands just to kind of get used to that process. So maybe as a class, try it without, try it with hand sanitizer, and then next time your class takes a bathroom break, do it for real in the bathroom, in the sink with all those steps so we can have nice, clean hands. All right, see you later.